Probably the best way to win at the combine is to win quietly. Post elite numbers without people noticing. And Jaxon Smith-Njigba did just that. He did not run the 40. He doesn't really need to. We kind of know what he is on tape. But he did post some very, very impressive numbers. And it confirms what we do see on tape. What makes him a great wide receiver at the college level. He measured at 6 foot, 196. Which is great. That's right around the prime area for the wide receiver these days. You don't get many 6'2", 6'3", 220-pound wide receivers. You get around those 200-pound thresholds, that guys that can separate. He came in with a 6.57 second 3-cone. That is elite. That is top tier. And that goes to our priors from the tape because he creates separation from route running with nuance, quick footwork, and he's very good at doing that. And he instantly did that in the high school level. We went over that film when he was in high school. Him just being a very untapped, good route runner off the rip, and then that translated instantly at Ohio State. This guy's not going to have many issues transitioning to the NFL level. We saw him do it from high school to college. Now we're probably going to see it from college to the NFL. And his athleticism here is a marker showing that. Also had a 3.93 shuttle. A 3.93 short shuttle, elite. Short area quickness for days. The guy moves around in a phone booth and you can't see him. He's so quick in those short spaces, which is really good for breaking down those routes. That's what these numbers are telling us. People are coming in the comment section saying the combine doesn't mean anything. Well, it does. If you're studying the tape, you're trying to confirm your priors, you're trying to see who's doing their best in the job interview, you're trying to read this guy, you're trying to read how he is, and he's playing the game. He knows he doesn't need to run the 40. He knows where he's at. He knows his draft capital is going to be or where it's ranged at, and he knows he's solid at the 3-cone. He knows he's elite in the shuttle. He knows he's got that short area quickness. When you look at his vert, 35 inches. Good. Not amazing. Not elite in the 40-inch range, but good. 10.5 broad, good. Good enough. I'm good with it. We can roll with that. The 3-cone here, 6.57, indicates what we see on tape. We see a very, 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 very good nuanced route runner. And that's what we're going to get. And that goes with that. And that adds up to that. That goes with that puzzle piece that we already see earlier this year. And the fact that he posted that number so quietly. The internet didn't really say much about it. He got some posts here and there. But man, that is a big signal that he could develop at something. He's also 6 foot, 196. We already know he doesn't have the elite speed from the tape. So where he ran at his 40, I'm not even going to try to guess. Probably wouldn't have blown your face off, which we're fine with. Not all wide receivers do that, but he's at the weight threshold at 196. He's at 6 foot, so the size-speed ratio is going to be right there, where he can also be very good in the slot, and he's nuanced enough to play outside. His size isn't going to interfere. Good enough athleticism to be able to break it down. Jaxon Smith-Njigba is on the way up here. He's a guy you really, really, really need to look at for the wide receiver one. He's a guy you really, really need to pay attention to if you're not been following this wide receiver class because you think it sucks. Because there are some instances here where we can see some guys hit big, and there are some instances where we can see some of these mid-tier guys give you a return on the investment that can at least help you out in fantasy. We got some markers here with these wide receivers in their athletic testing. We got it with their production, and they're just good enough to where they can hit in the right situation. You need to pay attention to that. Jaxon Smith-Njigba is a guy that can be a major riser once we get in the NFL camps, once we get a season 2 under his belt. He's a guy that you do not sleep on because he is a player who's on the rise. Let me know your thoughts on Jaxon Smith-Njigba in the comments below when I hear about it. Smash that subscribe button on the way out. I'm the only one doing this. I'm the only one in this fantasy football space is dropping this much content on the combine. Multiple videos. You got a catalog now. And it's not even been 24 hours since the wide receivers have ran. You got a catalog. Why don't you just click the subscribe button and just take in all this free content? It's not going to cost you anything. It's going to help you out in season. It's going to help you build your Dynasty team. It's going to help you watch film and everything else. I want to thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next video.